everybody, welcome back. This is Kim. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I'm really glad you're here. This is a very interesting article that I read from the Doordash engineering blog. It's not really a blog, it's a website, but it has blog articles that the engineers themselves have written. And the one that I read today was about how they decide and how they process orders so that they dispatch them to the dashers and how they pick the dashers, etc. It was very interesting. You really should go check out that website. I'll have the link down in my description below. You should really read it. It was very interesting. Anyways, check it out. Before we get started, I want to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up if you find it interesting. I really think you will. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're new here, welcome. Glad you stopped by. Let's dig in. Okay, so how DoorDash uses machine language and optimization to solve a dispatch problem. It's a long, convoluted, techie-sounding title, but the article is written in pretty much plain English. You can understand it pretty easily. But it was written today actually, 8/17/2021. I don't know when I'm going to publish this, but anyways, yeah, written recently. The article discusses how they take the dispatching of orders to get the order from the store to the customer as efficiently as possible. It caught my attention because I feel like this is something DoorDash excels at to a point. They do have a lot of app issues, crashes, system down, etc. I wanted to hear what they feel their issues are and what they are doing about them and how they go about dispatching the orders. And that's exactly what this article was about. Everything I'm discussing is taken directly from their blog post. I'll post a link in my video description. Please go read the actual article, like I said before. So I didn't make up any of this information. I took it all from this one article. So, understanding the dispatch problem. Deep Red is their system that they created that's at the center of the last mile logistics platform. So the dispatch module, I guess you want to call it. There are two main goals of dispatch. Propose offers to dashers as quickly as possible so they can maximize their earnings, and deliver orders fast and on time so customers and merchants are happy. So this is their ultimate goal. Do they meet it? I don't know. And finding the best dasher. So this still deserves its own slide. I'm going to separate that out, and here we go. So here's what they said about finding the best dasher. There are three main factors to consider. Geographical location. Who's the closest to the restaurant? Let's minimize travel. Time of arrival. If dispatched too early, they have to wait. If dispatched too late, then the food sits. Okay, this is all pretty much common sense and what we thought. Batching. Using dashers effectively. Pick up multiple orders at the same store or a nearby store. Ultimately, the goal is to find the best dasher to pick up each order when it's ready and deliver it to the customer. That's pretty straightforward and probably what everyone thinks about when if you were to create your own platform, how would you go about, picking the best dasher? It would be using the same criteria probably. So they had this graphic. I don't understand it. They shared this in the article. There was no explanations about it, so I just kind of looked at it myself and tried to figure out what they were talking about. So here's a dasher. It's going to take him 5 minutes to get to this merchant at 12:22. Okay, so then this must be 12:17. 5 minutes is 12:22. And then I guess they're estimating that the customer is, 18 minutes from the restaurant. Okay, that one right there, that all makes sense. That's logistically probably feasible. But then there's this other thing where it says 3 minutes to get to this restaurant. So if they're here, this dasher is here, and maybe they're going to give him a stack. So he's going to pick up here at 12:22 and pick up here at 12:25. They've added 3 minutes here, and they've only added an extra 5 minutes to drop off this additional order. Now, okay, if the customers live in the same neighborhood, you could do it in 5 minutes maybe. You only get 3 minutes to get to this other restaurant, so this restaurant better be close, maybe walking distance. So if you had a stacked order and had these 2 pickups and these 2 deliveries, and you start at 12:17, could you finish at 12:45? I mean, yeah, maybe. But then look, we keep going here. So now this car has 8 minutes, okay, to 12:25, so it's still 12:17. And then the drop off at 12:45. And then an extra 12 minutes to get to this restaurant. But this doesn't add up. So 25 plus 12 is not 31. And look, the drop off is earlier. So I have no idea what this chart actually shows. Anyways, if they're using this chart to figure out timing, maybe that's part of the problem. This does not make sense. So I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. So other marketplace conditions out of Doordash's control may come into play when they're trying to dispatch the orders, right? Supply and demand. They need enough dashers in order to fill the demand of restaurant orders, right? If they don't have enough dashers, then trade-offs need to be made. Which orders can wait? Or they can offer batches to maximize the use of the dashers that they do have available. So this is right there on their page that if they don't have enough dashers, they'll hold orders. Or batch up ones that may not even make sense to batch, but they will because they don't have enough dashers. I've seen this in person, so I know that they do this. Weather and traffic impact delivery times, as some dashers won't work in bad weather or heavy traffic, or these conditions could simply just cause large delays in delivery time. So they have to think about this too when they're dispatching orders. They have to think about the time that it's going to take. And if they have a lack of dashers, or if it's really bad weather, they need to think about that. So far this all makes sense except for that weird graphic that they included. Tackling dispatch problems. Using machine learning and optimization models to come up with the best offer for dashers to meet the needs of the marketplace. This is the interesting part. They build simulation and experimental platforms that allow for continuous improvements to the dispatch service. These methods help them achieve their goals, and I put in there, not really. I don't think they're meeting their goals of making us all happy and making it so the offers are accepted quickly. Let's see. These methods help them achieve their goals and get 1% better every day. Do they get 1% better every day? I don't think so, but that's their goal. So Deep Red, this is the dispatch service that they've created for themselves. The dispatch engine is built on 2 mathematical models. First are the machine learning modules, which are trained to estimate how an order will unfold if we offer it to a particular dasher. These models make predictions about individual order, store, and dasher. So this is based on machine learning, and it learns as it simulates while it goes. So supposedly it keeps learning as it tries different things and tries different combinations. And it'll create predictions. Once estimates are made, they are fed into the modeling layer, a mixed integer optimization model. This layer makes final recommendations about which orders to offer to which dashers. Optimization layer is focused on making system-wide decisions for the whole marketplace. So this is a wider reach layer, and this is more specific to each individual order. Together, the ML, which is the machine learning module, and the optimization layer look at millions of data points and make dispatch decisions that ensure each order is offered to the dasher who can deliver it from the store to the customer as efficiently as possible. Okay, so that's what they're saying they're doing. Here's the order's journey through the dispatch. So this is what the whole process. So Deep Red is the complex dispatch system. So it starts in the candidate generator, then through the machine learning layer, which estimates how those offers could play out in real world scenarios, then ultimately to the optimization layer, which makes the final recommendation. Another image is coming that makes a little more sense than the last one. So here we go. Here's the order journal. So here's a new order coming in. Okay, so we've got dashers, we've got some existing orders, and then here's new orders. So the first part of the process is going to construct some candidates, route candidates. So it takes into account the dashers, the new orders, and existing orders. And then it puts it into that machine learning layer where they use the order ready time and the travel time models to decide which one of these dashers will be around the restaurant around order time, and the travel time matches up with the order ready time. So they match up the dashers to the orders. And then they create a bunch of predictions and sent it to the optimization model, who looks at all of this information and decides to either create an offer or delay the dispatch. So if an order isn't going to be ready right away, they might put it back into the existing orders and then send out the offers to the orders that, the food's almost ready. So this is kind of how they have explained their process. So how do they construct offers? Ooh, that's interesting. A new order arrives. The current state of the marketplace updated. How will this order interact with dashers and other orders? Which dashers are nearby and available? They could be waiting for an order or finishing up another order. So they send them a new order as soon as they finish the current delivery. So they have the dasher in mind once it comes out of that optimization queue. And it's decided that, hey, I'm going to send it to Kim. As soon as I'm available, it sends it to me. Now, this is not limited to only available dashers. We also look at what other orders are awaiting pickup. If there is an order at the same restaurant or at a restaurant in the same block, it makes sense to offer both to the same dasher. Same can be true if there's another delivery where the customers live near each other. So that's how they create the batches. By looking at available dashers and other orders, we construct potential offers for the new order. A set of dashers that this order can be offered to, and possibly other orders that can be picked up by the same dasher. These potential offers get sent to the machine learning layer to predict what might actually happen to these offers in the real world. So before it's created and before the offer is assigned, this machine learning layer comes up with all these different possibilities. Then they need to predict how an order will play out. Machine learning estimates use order ready times, travel times, and the likelihood of acceptance when evaluating potential offers. Order ready time. Doordash uses a prep time model. There's another article about this that I plan to read, but to determine when the order will be ready. I always thought that the restaurants told them when it was going to be ready, but I guess they're using this other algorithm that they've created. Travel times. How long will it take the dasher to get to the restaurant and then deliver to the customer? Also modeled separately are other aspects of the dasher's journey. How long to find parking and manage the other logistics of picking up the order, including returning to their vehicle. They use past data for each dasher to estimate these things, as well as use models created for that use. So they have the past data because they have your GPS. They know how long it takes people typically to find a parking place at this one Chick-fil-A, right? It knows, okay, well, it takes them 5 minutes to find a parking space at this one Chick-fil-A. And then it takes them 2 minutes to walk from their car over to the Chick-fil-A, and then, waiting time, etc. So they use past GPS data, and that's how they create their models for travel time. Now here's the funny one. Likelihood that the dasher will accept. Dashers have the freedom to accept or decline each offer. We anticipate the types of offers that are most likely to be accepted, and we offer the delivery to the most relevant dasher. The delivery must be made even if one or more dashers turns down the offer before we find one who will accept it. So it doesn't say anything about making it worthwhile or making it appealing. They're just going to keep sending it out until someone accepts it, which is what we know that they do. But it's funny, I don't think they actually know the likelihood of whether, they probably do know that if it's a certain amount of money for a certain amount of miles, people are going to accept it. But they want to get it done for as cheap as possible. So you know that they're going to start out low. The optimization layer creates the final offers. The last step in the journey before being offered to a dasher scores and ranks potential offers that come from the machine learning module, makes batching decisions, and strategically delays dispatching orders when necessary. As entering the optimization layer, the orders offers are scored and ranked to allow the mixed integer program to make decisions. Scoring function is designed to recognize trade-offs between efficiency and quality. They want both, obviously. Optimization layer also considers which orders should be batched. Time it takes to prepare a food order allows dasher time to pick up another order on the way. So if one's going to be ready in 15 minutes and one's ready now, they could pick up the one that's ready now and then drive over to the other one. This may slightly delay delivery time and to help the dashers get more earning opportunities from serving multiple simultaneous orders without violating our on-time promise to customers. Is there even such a thing? I've never even heard of this on-time promise. But so basically, the batch will help us earn more money as dashers, and it helps DoorDash by getting more deliveries delivered in a more efficient manner. So they want to try to batch if they can. Is it better to offer the best available dasher right now or delay the dispatch to a time when more optimal dasher is available? Another reason to delay is to wait longer and closer to the order ready time so the dasher won't have to wait too long at the store. This model can estimate both and choose the best option for each individual offer. Every order is different, and they're all at different restaurants, and the dashers are all over the place, so they took it all into account before they present the final offer. After the offers are scored and ranked, batches considered, delays considered, the order eventually completes its journey through the dispatch and is offered to the dasher chosen. If declined, the next best dasher is offered that delivery. The process continues until the order is picked up and delivered to the customer. Okay, so then there was a bunch of other stuff that they talked about, but I kind of skipped it because it's not really pertinent to what I was looking at. So, testing product changes. My own 2 cents. This is where their problems lie, I really believe. With growth comes change, but I don't think they should test it on live data with real people involved. When the system is down, it hurts restaurants, dashers, customers, and DoorDash itself. It hurts the restaurants because those orders are sitting there, or maybe they're not getting the orders. It hurts the dashers because we can't pick up and deliver the orders. It hurts the customers because their food's sitting at the restaurant or not being accepted at all, so they don't get to have their food delivered. And ultimately, DoorDash loses money. So, and maybe customers, because if you put, if it's down enough, the customers are going to use another platform. The experimental platform helps measure the actual performance of changes to our machine learning and optimization models. Experimentation methods used to measure whether the improvements are making a difference. So they actually experiment while we are out there working. They're experimenting on us. Dispatch is central to everything, so they need to worry about every interaction with the dispatch system. Large team of data scientists running many experiments all at the same time. Yikes. So they're all testing all different things all at the same time, and they're testing it live on us. Think there's a problem there? I do. They need accurate measurements so that the team can analyze experiments and get useful quality data. And that's why they do it on live data, I guess. I think you should read this section of the article. It was super interesting. This is just kind of a brief summary of it. I think the whole way they test things is the reason the app crashes so much and the platform goes down. That's just my opinion, of course. This was such an interesting article. I really hope you decide to read it. Anyways, it's interesting stuff. It's funny how their perception of things and the Dasher's perception of things really don't mesh. I mean, me as a Dasher, maybe not you. My opinion of things don't really mesh with their opinion of things. I did learn a lot by reading this, and a lot of it is what I suspected was going on, but I just didn't know the detail at which they had all these different modules and that they test them all constantly, which is crazy. I like that they're trying to keep up with demand and have a huge team working on updates and upgrades and trying to keep the platform relevant. I mean, that's important. That needs to happen. But in my opinion, they need to be more aware of the damage they do when the app crashes and the system goes down. What are your thoughts? Did you find this interesting? I hope so. Do you have any insights you'd like to share? Please put them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This was really interesting to me, and like I said, I'm going to put the link to the article down in the description so you can read it. Look around on that site. It's really crazy. There's so much on there. I don't have a bunch of time to read, so I'm trying to pick, 1 or 2 articles a day, maybe to read, and then I'll report on the ones I find interesting. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a great night, great day, and making lots of money, and I'll see you next time.